Hey guys, if you want to see two young guns beat up on an old man, you just found the right spot. I'm Kevin Blair with Element Home Loans, and you have found Mortgage Sense with Kevin, a common sense approach to mortgages. And brother, do I have two young guns that I can't wait to introduce you. Royce Hernandez and Miguel Montoya. Guys, how are you?
Doing great. Great, Kevin. Thanks for having us.
Oh man, are you kidding? I've been waiting. We've been waiting 2 weeks to get you guys on. Are you kidding? No, it's Royce and I had a great conversation 2 weeks ago, and it's every once in a while you meet people and you say, okay, there's something, there's a connection there, and I really felt that the other day. Even though, like I said, I'm an old man and you a couple of young guns sitting there. First and foremost, this is a mortgage realtor podcast. But to me, guys, the most important thing is who we are as men, who we are as people. Okay. So, Royce, won't you start? Tell us who you are, how you got into the business, and maybe what you did before.
I'm Royce. I've been in the business now for 4 years. Before this, I was a retail store manager for a cell phone company. And the reason I got into this business was, goes backtracks to my family. They always had properties and kind of drove it into my mind that properties is the way to build wealth. So when I was a lot younger, I had the great idea. I watched a lot of HGTV and I said, hey, told my friend Marvin at the time, I was like, hey, let's flip a house. It's going to be easy. So we went, got a foreclosure, bought one, put all our money in it, and man, it whooped our butt, Kevin. Put that thing on the market. We made the mistake of buying a property that was in the flood zone. Nobody told us about it. We didn't know what a flood zone was back then. I mean, it stayed on the market for over a year. Now, if you know me and you know Marvin, you know our background has always been sales, has been talking to people, knowing people. And what we realized is there just really wasn't a realtor like us that we thought, hey, this is what we expect from a realtor. And we saw a big need in this town. So Marvin said, hey, I'm going to get my license. And sure enough, he sold that house in 30 days. Since then, he said, come on, Royce, join me. And I joined him. And here we are 20 agents later in this big, beautiful building that we have. And it's been a great experience in the Campos team. It's a little bit about me, Miguel.
What's funny about that, because when I ask people how they get into the business, when I'm talking to realtors specifically, and it's amazing. And I'm going to say, and I don't have facts to back this up, but I'm going to say 80% of the people that get into this business either had a great experience with a realtor that inspired them to do it, or they had a bad experience with a realtor and they said, I can do it better. And there's a better way. And it's amazing how often I hear that. So yeah, and trust me, we can talk for an hour on the best way to do this business on your side and mine. So
Right.
Miguel, tell me, who was Miguel Montoya?
Yeah. So I was a production supervisor for a large manufacturing company. My background, it has been for many, many years in business management. And I actually met Royce before I made another transition into another corporation. And I was kind of interested in doing real estate. But at that moment, the pandemic hit. And I was like, I don't think that's going to be for me. I had a job offer that was offering me X amount of money. And I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and take this one instead of real estate. So I wrote it off and I was like, no, I'm fine. A year later, I see them killing it. And I was like, why didn't I join? I was like, I should have been there with them, right?
That's
And
right.
I reached back out to Marvin and I said, hey, I'm actually getting back into the routine and should be licensed in the next couple of weeks. And I joined them. And since then, this is my actual full year as a full-time real estate agent. As a full-time agent. Yeah. So I've been doing this for almost 3 years now. But my first year was a part-time. And then my second year was partial part-time because I was still doing the business management and doing real estate. And then this is my full year of actually full-time real estate agent. And he's killing it.
Fantastic. It's amazing because I've been in the workforce now for 46 years. Okay. And I was self-employed for the first 20 years I was in business. And then I've been doing mortgages for 25 now. And I've been 100% commission my entire adult life. And I will tell you, people say they want security. You can get security in prison. You get 3 meals a day, you get a bed. What I love about our business, okay, Now, I want to be careful here because I don't think what I do and I don't think what y'all do is sales. I really don't. Because you could not talk me into buying a home and I couldn't talk you into a specific mortgage. It's
Okay.
about advice, okay? But there is, and we all know this, there's no cap in our ability. There's a cap in our abilities, of course, but there's no a cap. Nobody tells me what I'm worth. Nobody's telling you what you're worth, and that's what I love about this business. And I'm sitting here, and this is about the third or fourth time I've called you both young guns. I can't imagine, Miguel, 1 year full time and 2 years before that part time.
Yeah.
Can you imagine by the time you're my age, what kind of database that you're going to have and how many families that you're going to impact and change in people's lives? What a great legacy. Stay with it, man. I'm telling you. How the Campos team? How long has the Campos team been around?
As far as the Campos team, Marvin started in 2017 with his wife,
Okay.
me Campos. Call him D Campos, that's what I call him. I was his first agent, and I joined in 2020. And we've just been growing from there. Now we're a little different. We have Marvin's the main team leader, and we have our
Mhm.
own team leaders inside the team. So I'm a team leader. Miguel has his own. He's also a team leader. And that's why I brought him on with us, Kevin. Just my team, myself, we're trending over 77 transactions this year, myself 30. And Miguel, I think you're trending over 80.
88, and then we have done 77 so far.
Yeah,
Wow.
so we're a pretty established team here in Dalton. I think when I look at the numbers, and the numbers always, they're always the data's always not 100% right. But when I look at the numbers in town in Dalton, we usually do somewhere between 20% of the Dalton market.
That's fantastic. Well, I'm going to give you a stat that maybe you know, maybe you don't know. Okay. Which is how we found you. I will tell you that. Okay. I mean, I'm not stupid. I mean, I'm going after the players. Number one, we did our research. Okay. And it's not just about numbers. We do our research on people. Okay. Because to me, there's character, there's integrity. All right. Because I told you before we started this, my whole thing is about exposing the games in the mortgage side. And you both know there's games in the realtor side as well. And there's something about integrity and character. And Miguel, I said something about thinking about the time you're my age and the database of families that you're going to have. If we build that with integrity and character, it will take care of you for the rest of your life. And now I lost my train of thought. I get pumped up every once in a while, man. And it was so good. It was so important. That's also part of getting to my age as well. That was really important. Dadgummit. Anyway, Marvin got in it. Well, I know what I was going to tell you. I knew it was good. I knew it was come back. Each one of you, not just you, and not just you, Miguel, but each one of you are in the top 4% of agents nationwide. Not in Dalton, Georgia, not
Wow.
in Georgia, not in the Southeast, but in the United States. You're both in the top 4% in closed transactions. Did y'all know that?
I really did
know.
Yeah, I really did
Yeah.
And I think we talked about it a little bit, Kevin, when we first spoke. Is I really just come out here and work. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm going to get paid for the month. To be honest with you, I just focus
Right.
on doing right by people, and the people take care of me. So,
That's right. So where y'all getting your business from?
well, for me, like I said, I've been in the business 4 years,
Mhm.
so I feel like I built a really solid foundation where over 80% of my business this year has just been referrals and Spear, just past clients.
Sure.
Miguel has had a lot of luck, and I'll let you talk a little bit more what you're doing.
So what I've been doing, it has been a lot of social media. Social media has been big for me, but as well, it's just a relationship with my clients. We try to establish a relationship with them. It's not just about here's a transaction and buy. We have created really good bonding, like friendships. I have a lot of my clients that invites me for their kids' birthday, cookouts, weddings, whatever it is. Like I'm there because they don't see me just as a realtor. I'm their friend, and a lot of them come from referrals as well. Because after you establish that relationship, it's like back to back with your with your clients, and they say, hey, you need to work with Miguel because he's the best one out there, and don't even worry about anybody else, just go to Miguel. And I get a lot of phone calls, and they're just like, hey, my cousin, my uncle, they did a transaction with you and they love you and they want me to work with you, can you help me? And I go from there. And then obviously that social media, just being present, has helped a lot of my business. But that's not, I mean, I think that the strongest one, it is actually the interaction with my clients.
You know, it is so strong. And I will tell you, and I told y'all before I don't have a script. I don't have set questions. And there's different things that both of you said that spark things. And I'm going to tell you what just happened. So after 25 years of doing this business, I still get excited when we get a family in a home. I still get excited when I say, guess what, Miguel, you're approved. You can buy a home. Okay. Because I don't care if it's your first home or if your 10th home, everybody's apprehensive about that application. And there's always that little bit of fear whether I can get approved or not. And to be able to tell somebody, yes, you can, that it's so fulfilling. Not an hour ago, we had a closed loan this morning. All right. And it was a refinance. And it was my third transaction with this older couple. And she called me, and I'm going to tell you what she said, because this is my podcast. I can talk about anything I want to. Okay. And I will tell you this is who I am personally. Okay. She said, Kevin, she said, I don't know why, but God told me to call you and just to tell you thank you. She said, you and your team this is our third transaction in the last 6 years. And I just wanted to tell you thank you, that I appreciate you. And I don't know why it was late. She said, I don't know why it was late on my heart, but I felt like you needed to hear that today.
That's
Now, that just happened an hour ago. Wait till you've been in the business long enough. And I can't wait. I hope I'm still around. I can't wait to see what happens. Younger families that you're putting in business now, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, they're going to be sending their kids to you. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
And when that happens, we know we're taking care of people,
Yep.
And that's what it's all about. So let's see, Royce, I'm going to ask you this question. So you've been doing it 4 years, correct?
Mhm.
Okay. I truly believe when I first got into the business 25 years ago, it was a job, and then it turned into a career. And I was about 7 years into my business when I felt like it was a calling, something that I was supposed to be doing. Has there been a defining moment in the last 4 years that you said, this is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing?
Well, I'm glad you asked that, Kevin, because I don't think there's been one defining moment, kind of, that I can pinpoint. It's this moment. I think more than anything for me, when I first started, was just helping families that told me, hey, if I met you 10 or 15 years ago, I would already have a house paid off, or I would be buying my second or third house because I didn't even know buying a house was a possibility. And that's when I knew that it's not really, like you said, this isn't sales. This is more education. And that's when I knew, it's like, hey, we have a skill that we need to share with other people. And the way I look at it is, my job is to make other people a lot of money and grow wealth and secure their future a little bit more. But that was, I can't say one person or one situation, but for me, that was the pinpoint when I said, yeah, this is what I was meant to be doing.
No, that's fantastic. I tell you what, guys, I am a believer. Okay. And I'm a man of faith, and I truly believe that God has me in the right spot. Okay. Now, I didn't say I was perfect. I didn't say I was a saint. Okay. I just said I believe that I'm in the right spot. I can't imagine doing anything else. It is the lives that we see changed is incredible. I still think even today, I still think buying a home is the very best long-term investment that you can have. I do. Well, let's do this, guys. Number one, I want to ask you to come back. I'd love to do this with you. We can do it individually. We can do it together again, but I'd love to have you back because I think we have a message that we need to get out there more and more and more. Okay, let's do this. Royce, what's the best way to reach you?
just call me or text me 706-980-2255.
Okay. Miguel?
You can always follow me on social media. It's Miguel Montoya _ Realtor, or you can
Okay.
always give me a call at 706-537-9331.
Okay. So you are in Dalton. I'm guessing you serve the entire area around there.
Yeah, all the North Georgia.
Yeah,
All of
North
North
Georgia and Tennessee as well.
Okay, fantastic. Good deal. Well, guys, again, I'm Kevin Blair with the Kevin Blair team here at Element Home Loans. Our website is kevinblairteam.com. Our office number is 423-488-7571. If you call on the weekend, it rolls over to my phone as well. And like I say, guys, the only time I don't answer my phone is when my wife takes it away from me when we go to church. If you like this kind of information, hit like, hit subscribe. If you're in the market in the North Georgia, parts of Tennessee, call these young men. I'm telling you, number one, there's character, there's integrity, and there's hustle, and they will work hard for you. Guys, I appreciate you being on the show and continued success. All right.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate you.